special for me because I know Lincoln Terrace Park and I know Lincoln Terrace netball courts. And I was around for the years that we had cracks and drainage issues in these. And a couple of months ago, today we're going to officially cut the ribbon on the Carlos Lozama netball courts. Tell you a little bit about the project. We're to celebrate the completion of the Carlos Lozama netball courts at Lincoln Terrace Park. It's thanks to a $1 million commitment from Borough President Eric Adams, standing right behind me. This former asphalt field, which suffered from cracks in surfaces and poor drainage, has been totally rebuilt in a multi-purpose play area featuring 3 netball courts, a softball field, a walking track, new color seal coat, corrected drainage so you're not going to get those cracks anymore, and new paving. The spaces also serves for many years, and that's why it's renamed this for the last 34 years. It served as the kickoff point for the West Indian American Day Parade, which is terrific. We'll be back out here next week. We're going to start the parade. So I'm going to introduce a couple of people to speak, and I'm going to read the notes here, but they've done so much more than what's here, so I'm going to read the notes real quick, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about what they've done. So in addition, Borough President Adams and Councilmember Darlene Mealy, also standing behind me, have provided $2 million to complete the renovation of the nearby tennis courts. Those open. We got our Lincoln Terrace Tennis Association here. Charles, we opened those courts about 2 years ago. Beautiful. They have also committed $2 million for a new comfort station right across the street. That's Councilwoman Mealy. They've also committed $3 million to renovate the playground just on the other side of these handball courts. And by the way, I didn't mention that the handball courts are part of this project funded by the Borough President. So that's a little bit of what they've done, but let me put it more in context. Between the two of them, they have allocated directly out of their funds over $40 million for Brooklyn parks. That allocation, because you know, in this business it's all about leverage, has leveraged another $50 million for Brooklyn parks from the mayor's office. So the two of them are really responsible for just under $100 million of improvement in Brooklyn parks. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce first our Borough President, Eric Adams.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to really thank our Brooklyn Commissioner because he sits down with us each a year during the fiscal season and come with real visions of how to utilize our capital dollars and put it back into the parks. And what I want you to do, I want you to do an analysis at the completion of my years as Borough President. I want you to see where my dollars went. I want you to compare where my dollars are going and how I'm utilizing my place in Borough Hall to make sure that the money is not sent to other parts of Brooklyn and ignore this part of Brooklyn. I want you to look at the millions of dollars that I put inside our school system so our children could have state-of-the-art technology that I saw in other parts of Brooklyn. What I have learned from my years of policing throughout this entire city, based on your skin pigmentation determine the quality of what you receive, not while I'm Borough President. That's my promise and commitment to you. And so, when you put $1 million back to a park where young girls can have a ball in their hand to put in the net gain is positive. When our children have a tennis racket in their hand, they don't have a gun in their hand. When they're on a basketball court, they're not standing inside criminal court. When they are given something that's meaningful and tangible and learn how to come together as a team, then they're not part of a gang. When people ask the question, why our children are not on the right path and not doing the right things, is because we're not giving them the right resources to make it happen, not while I'm Borough President. That's my promise and commitment to you. And so these are not my dollars. The $1 million we put here, the $2+ million we put over, the 40 millions into the parks, they're not my tax dollars. They're your dollars. Those are taxes you pay. And I am only recycling those dollars to put it back into the community that I love and appreciate. And I want you to know that. I spent 22 years of my life wearing a bulletproof vest as a cop, protecting the children and families of this borough and this city. I'm going to continue to do that as your borough president and whatever else God allows me to do. You deserve better, and you will get better as long as I'm your BP. Thank you, Commissioner Jeffries, for what you have done.
Well, I'm so happy I live in Brooklyn. You know, they're trying to get to Brooklyn from Manhattan, but they can't do it now. And there are a couple other people I have to recognize here. Certainly Denise Tomlinson, she's going to say a few words. Caribbean American Netball Association, she's right behind me. We have Glenda Andrews. Charles East, I mentioned. There's a phenomenal Capital team. They are not here. Come on, Glenda. My Chief of Staff, Marty Marr. You all notice how I look to the right, right? I always look to the right to find Marty. You know why? It's the right-hand man. And just everybody from the Parks team, please raise your hands. And here, come on up and join us. So one of the other reasons I am so happy that I live in the great borough of Brooklyn is that we are supported by a tremendous council member in this particular district. I have to tell you, overall, the city council in Brooklyn, about $30 million contributed to parks projects every single year. But this particular council member has been absolutely stalwart in her support of parks. I think I mentioned it before. Over $14 million of her personal allocations. She is also leveraged, again, with the borough president, at least $60 million. We just announced a $30 million package for Betsy Head Park. I got to go to my notes. Sometimes I talk off the cuff. But she has funded projects in this park, Betsy Head, Saratoga Ball Fields. She's funded renovation of Saratoga Monument, Ocean Hill Playground, Marion Hopkinson Park, Brevoort Lane Park, all in your second term now. So it is just phenomenal. So I'm going to give you your councilwoman, Darlene Miller.
I just want to take this opportunity to say thank God that we have gotten this park done. And yeah, I want to thank Dr. Roy Hastig and Ms. Roy Hastig. One thing I want to say, parks is my passion and schools are my passion. And one thing I can say, when I came into office, somehow schools was being shut down by the health department. And I came in and made sure 90% of our schools have laptops, smart boards, what you call now Elmos now. Then I thought about the parks. Every budget that I have been in city council, we made sure that our parks are done. We have Imagination Play Park in Brownsville, the second in the world. I want to give your borough commissioner a hand. Y'all could do better than that. So I went to him, I said, I want something more. And here it is, we got an Imagination Playground, a 2-level park. And only because we asked for it. So I thank God now that our mayor, he just gave us $30 million to do more for parks. And that's what we got to keep doing, asking for. You have not because you ask not. And then when we was doing this, I came to a couple of, our president, I came to a couple of netball games here, and it was dangerous. It was cracks in the ground, and the women were still playing. So I said, no one, if someone got hurt, that can mess up their whole career. So we made sure that we put the right funds in there for women. And women, it's Women Equality Week just passed, or day just passed. We are phenomenal women. We do so many things. And just for you to come out and play netball just as an extra activity, we are awesome. So I just want to say, yeah, it's about time. Women should know how much we are worth, how much we can do, how much we can multitask. And thinking about this day, I am just glad that I can be here. And they even put my stamp of approval on the Carlos Lazama. They have legacy right here in the park. Labor Day, every Labor Day we start right here. Right here, so we're gonna do it again, and they better put it on their program. Y'all better make sure that they put it on their program, saying that this is a brand new park, and we're gonna make sure they treat it like that also. We know they do everything here, but this is our park, so we have to continue to maintain it. And I wanna thank Mr. East also from the Tennis Association for being here. You know, we got new neighbors coming in. They saying, where about preparatory budgeting? I said, yes, I haven't did preparatory budgeting in my office. Nowhere I do it at. In my office every first Saturday of the month. That's when the community come in and tell me what they need. And when they come in, Mr. East, what did you do? He advocated. He said we need a new tennis court. And they was, no offense to you parks, they said, yeah, we'll do this and that. I said, no, I want bleachers, I want this, I want that. We have to make it that the next generation can come here. This is the second stop to Arthur Ashe. That's what we're trying to make this court over across the street. And Venus, yes, we gotta get her out here. We gotta have vision, so we're gonna keep going on. I don't know why we didn't have the comfort station, but we're gonna have a comfort station over there. I put $2 million in there. It's on the way. And there you go. You just asked, and I would do what? Oh, Wait a minute. They said they want one over here. He said we're gonna have a conversation. All right, we're gonna have a conversation. But that's all you gotta do is come and ask. And I thank the Netball Association. They came to my meeting also and told me about it. And that's how we get things done. And that's my slogan. Merely get things done. All right. So I just hear from our president, but it is important that we have parks that we can really enjoy ourselves in. And I told the mayor when we did the press conference with the $30 million, I said, build a dome where we could utilize it all year round. If you really want to go, build a dome. Build a dome if you want to go. So make sure you advocate with me to make sure the mayor know it is important. All our stars are right here. You want gold, silver, and bronze? It's right here. So I'm Councilwoman Darlene Mealy, and I love you.
Councilman, we love you too. Well, Marty, we got some work to do, baby. Yeah, we got two more speakers. Somebody just walked up. They weren't on the program, but they have been a friend to this community and to me personally for so long. I've asked them to speak. I'm going to give you Roy Hasek, the president of the West Indian American Chamber of Commerce. Come on up here now.
The commissioner just said that, Commissioner Jeffries, that he liked my shirt, and I told him I bought the same color like our leaders standing right in front of the right here with my same color here this evening. Let me ask you to give Commissioner Jeffries a round of applause. Our distinguished leader for this great borough of Brooklyn, Brooklyn, USA. In fact, we looked at the Olympics, Commissioner Jeffries, and Councilwoman Darlene Mealy for 2 weeks, and many of the Olympians were either from Brooklyn or Connecticut or Manhattan, but Brooklyn was in the house. Let me also thank Councilwoman Darlene Mealy. Darlene is a hard worker. For many years, we visited her like we visited Eric to talk about a project on Flatbush Avenue, and Darlene delivered. So when she talked about getting the funds for this project, when I sat before her at City Hall. She said, "Don't worry, Roy, we have it and you'll get it." Give her another round of applause. Darlene delivers. Let me also thank my wife for being here with me today. I want to thank, yes, give her a round of applause. For those of you who would like to go to college at Medgar College, she heads the social work department and she's a #1 social worker. She'll help you. I also want to commend the president of this distinguished organization, Denise Tomlinson. She's a leader, a visionary, and a friend. And to bring this organization with other people involved for 20 years, she needs another round of applause. So my friends, today is historic, and we are standing on a historic ground. When I came here a few months ago, and I walked in, I remembered walking in, I had to walk down a slope. But Commissioner Jeffrey, thank you, because I was able to walk straight in with my disability today. God is good. So to Eric, to Denise, to Ida, to Darlene, did I miss anybody else? To all of the distinguished players, special guests who are here today, members of the press, and to our future, our young children, our leaders of tomorrow. We say thank you because this is a historic ground. Carlos Azama was a legend, and we must remember him. And our elected officials contributed to make this ground one of the most historic places in the Caribbean American community, in the African American community, Hispanic community, and was only in Brooklyn in East New York. Thank you very much. Thank you to you all. Have a wonderful afternoon, and let's cut the ribbon after Denise speaks. Thank you.
Mr. Hastings, thank you so much. I got to be honest with you, sir. We didn't do that ramp for you. We did it with me. I don't know. You all see me troubling with this knee lately. So that's been for a few of us. And right before we cut this ribbon, there's somebody I have to announce and ask to say a couple of words. She told me she don't like to speak a lot, but I seen her under the net, so I know she can perform. And I'm going to give you to the president of the Caribbean American Netball Association, Denise Tomlinson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So I won't make this a long speech because we have to go and play ball. But I just want to thank our borough president, Councilwoman Darlene Mealy, department, for giving us a wonderful court. Thank you.
All right, Marty, let's cut this ribbon. Let's see some netball.
Look at stand up in front. On the other side. Hello. On the other side. Look. Hey. Hello. Hello. On the other side. On the other side. On the other side of the ribbon. Go on the other side of the ribbon. Come a little closer. Go on the side of the ribbon. Right there. Right there. Young lady. Young lady. Come in. Young lady with the umbrella. Umbrella. Guys, step back, please. Step back, sir.
Lady, you have to step back. Everybody back.
People that call us forward, and let's have a step back.
Count down from 10 to 1 and say cut. Cut with your right and lift up with your left. Right? Don't look at anybody else. Everyone over here.
Oh, thanks.
Come up the back. We're going to count from 10. We're going to count from 10 to 1. We're going to cut with the right. You're going to hold up with your left.
President.
Okay? All right, are we ready to see the ribbon cutting for the Carlos Lasama Netball Court? All right, I need a countdown from 10, everybody.
Wait. Back up. Everyone has to back up.
You need to back up.
Folks, you two back. You need to back way back. So we get everybody in here. Please. Come back. Okay, look up at me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep looking up here. Everybody say Carlos Lasama Netball Court.
Carlos Lasama Netball Court.
Everybody say Eric Adams.
Eric Adams.
Everybody say Darlene Mealy.
Darlene Mealy.
Everybody say Netball Champs.
Netball Champs.
Look at the fix some of this blue and see how it happens.
Where is everybody? Yes. They're trying to see on side. I can tell them. Yes. Yes.
Out there, you can do better than that. How you doing today? This is a very special afternoon, evening for us. I'm a Brooklynite. First of all, my name's Kevin Jeffrey. I'm your Brooklyn Borough Commissioner.
To the parks. And what I want you to do, where my dollars are going and how